Well, we'll go ahead and get started. I see Sarah's hopping on right now too, but um thank you all for joining. This is meant to really just be kind of a kickoff for the upcoming year for NDPC. Wanted to just pull everybody together, and I was hoping that most of our board members could join. We have some of us on here and not others. But we will just kind of go through. I want to do introductions, talk a little bit about what we're looking at doing for the upcoming year, and then just get feedback from you guys too, if there's certain things that you'd really enjoy from previous years of your involvement with NDPC, or things you'd like to see us do more of or less of, and kind of get your feedback on that. So I'm gonna have, if you guys don't mind, we're just gonna kind of go through the squares on our screen and just introduce yourself. If you want to say your name, where you work, maybe how long you've been involved with NDPC, or what type of involvement you've had with NDPC, just so we can get to know each other a little better. I'll start. My name's Tammy Fogel, and I am president of NDPC. This is my third year as president, actually. And I've been involved with the organization for, I don't know, 10 years, probably around that. So yeah, I'm excited to have, we have a full board right now, which is really exciting because last year we had a few open positions. So we're hoping to kind of get back and get some good programming in place for the upcoming year. Hopefully have a spring conference this year, and get kind of back on track with some of the things that we've done in past years with NDPC. So Cole, would you like to share?
Sure thing. Well, good morning. Well, good afternoon. I guess it depends on what side of the state you're at. No, it's afternoon for everybody at this point, I think, right? Mountain time, anyone here? All right.
I don't know.
My name's Cole Mercier. I work at Dakota Supply Group as a communication and engagement strategist. Been with them for about a year and a half. Before that, I was at Aldevron, which is a biotech firm here in Fargo. That's where I'm calling out of, by the way. I've been with NDPC for less than a year. I honestly, it still feels like 2 weeks, but I'm pretty sure it's been about 8 months. I currently serve as Southeast District Director, so I'll be leading a lot of the programming happening here in the Fargo-Moorhead area, as well as getting people involved that may be from other parts of our district as well, such as the Wahpeton-Breckenridge area, and those just a little bit west of us as well. We'd love to get everyone involved. So if you're in the Fargo area, you have ideas, we had a workshop session. I'll talk a little bit more about that later in this call. But if you have any ideas, want to get more involved, or have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. I'll be sharing my contact information later in this call as well.
Awesome. Thanks.
Can we popcorn it? Can I popcorn it? That'd be fun.
I don't know what that is, but go ahead.
Oh, I basically say popcorn and then a person's name, and then suddenly it's an organized activity.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Tracy was laughing, so I'm gonna popcorn Tracy.
Thank you, Cole. That's funny. We do that in meetings. So my name is Tracy Frank. I am Development and Communications Director for CCRI in Moorhead. We are an organization that gets to help people with disabilities live their best lives. So I've been there just a few months. Before that, I worked in marketing at Bell Bank, and then newspaper, TV news for a while. I've been with NDPC for about 5 years. This is my first time as a board member, and I am focusing on membership. Yes, membership. I think that's it. So popcorn, did I cover everything? Was that all the questions? Okay.
Yeah,
I will do popcorn Tara.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. I don't know why that was so hard. Thank you. I'm Tara Fremming. I'm the marketing specialist at Healthy Food Ingredients, and I've been there for 20 years this year. And I've been part of NDPC since 2019, so almost 4 years. It was like the end of 2019.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. I'll popcorn to Ashton.
Hi guys, I'm Ashton Hoff. I'm the co-founder at The Good Kids, which is a branding studio in downtown Bismarck. And I am fresh. I'm like a week into the group, so I'm excited to meet you guys and really start connecting with you all. Let's see. I will popcorn Jenna.
My name is Jenna Pierce. I'm in Grand Forks. I work with the University of North Dakota Center for Rural Health as the communications manager. I've only been a part of this group since January, so I'm trying to learn. We have a very active group in my area, Valley Marcom. I've attended several of their virtual events over the past couple years, and so excited to see what the state has to offer. I will popcorn, see Amanda.
Hi, my name is Amanda Sather. I'm a marketing coordinator at JLG Architects in Fargo. So I work in downtown Fargo, and I guess recently joined through one of my coworkers, Tracy Nicholson. So I'm really excited to learn more and get involved.
Welcome. Do you want to, we're popcorning people, so you get to pick the next
Yeah,
person.
of course. How about Andrea? Has Andrea gone?
No.
Hi, I'm Andrea Bowe. I'm the engagement director for A2S here in Grand Forks. I am a co-director with Nikki Mosselman and Jamie Schumacher for the Valley Marcom.
And how many years have you been with NDPC? I mean, you've been with the local group for quite a few, right?
Yeah, probably 2 or 3 years.
Okay. All right, Andrew, you get to pick who goes next.
Oh gosh, I just hopped on,
Oh.
so I'm not sure who went already.
Let's see, we got Amy and Tanya and Mark and Sarah left, I think.
Go, Mark.
Hi, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me or see me. My Zoom, for some reason, would not allow me into this meeting because it needed to update. And then I went into a complete circle of it won't update and it won't let me in the meeting. So I'm joining via the web browser. So I hope that you can see me and hear me okay. But my name is Mark Molesky. I do marketing and communications for the Grand Forks Region Economic Development Corporation. I actually joined the organization on referral from Andrea. I got an email about it from the through the forward from the last marketing and communications manager, and I asked Andrea about it, and I decided to join to learn more about the organization and really connect with a lot of other marketing professionals. There's not a lot of economic development marketers, so it's nice just to get to work with people who do marketing, who speak marketing language. So I'm happy to connect with everybody. And I'm going to popcorn Tanya.
Thanks. I'm Tanya Butler, and I work currently for the state of North Dakota and our IT organization. And I've been here about a year and I don't know, 4 months or so. And prior to that, I worked at the University of North Dakota for about 20 years. And I started with NDPC via Valley Marcom because I'm in Grand Forks. It's a great group and they're really active locally. And so it's been fun to be a part of that group. And probably 5 years, maybe 2018, 2019, something like that, is when I joined the NDPC group. And my role right now is not directly marketing and communications, but I know enough that I've learned from people like all of you and from previous roles that effective communication and a marketing sort of mind is helpful in all sorts of different roles. And the position that I'm in is really a relationship kind of position. And so being able to communicate well and understand your audience and, you know, that kind of stuff, I think really plays well. So I chose not to stop being involved, even though I'm not directly in a communication role. And I popcorn to Amy, I think has not gone, right?
Nope. You're right. So, hi everyone. My name is Amy Norstead, and I am the communications manager for MasTech Clean Energy and Infrastructure. If you've heard of, you probably haven't heard of that name before, but you've probably heard of Wanzik in the region. And so it's a kind of the holdings company for Wanzik and tons of other companies around the United States. So I have been with Wanzik for about a year, and I've also worked at Flick Group and Fargo Public Schools, and for a long time was on WDAY in the journalism career. I have been with North Dakota Professional Communicators for I think about 3 years, and I've served as the secretary for the board for the past 2 years or so. And pop to Sarah.
Hi there, I am Sarah Mutter. I am the Communications and Outreach Director at the Retirement Investment Office. You guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I never know with my headset, as I'm sure you guys have the same experiences as well. Am I being heard or not? Anyway, I have been the Communications and Outreach Director at the Retirement Investment Office for about 6 months as of this week. I apologize because I have another meeting at 12:30, so I'm gonna have to cut out early today. But prior to that, I worked for the State Housing Finance Agency, and through some connections I had at the State Housing Finance Agency, I started participating in some North Dakota Professional Communicators conferences, and Ellen Crawford, who was our treasurer for NDPC for many years, was like, oh, well, would you be interested in getting a group started in Southwest North Dakota? And I was frustrated because there weren't a lot of opportunities at that time for communicators in Southwest North Dakota. We do have the IABC group, which was active, but they can be out of your price range for some folks that that especially are freelancers or government employees and whatnot. So I agreed to take on that role, and I've been in that role, I believe, for 7 years as of this year. So Ashton, welcome. I hope you're going to join us next week for our kickoff event, which is going to be face-to-face at Broadway Grill at noon on Tuesday the 12th. And looking forward to a great season with not just you guys, but our local group as well. I'm actually, as not just the Southwest District Coordinator, I'm also the person who spearheads the virtual meetings for NDPC, encouraging each of our groups to host activities. We take turns each district doing like 2 virtual meetings roughly a year, which is how Tammy got roped into hosting this activity. And it's helped our members learn that we're bigger than just the organizations that are within our local communities, and provided us with opportunities to learn from folks outside of our local communities as well. So anything I missed, Tammy?
No, that was great. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. I think that's everyone. Is there anyone we missed? I think we got everybody, but awesome. Well, yeah, since there are some people who are kind of new to the group, just to reiterate, Sarah kind of explained a bit, but just so you understand NDPC and the makeup, really it's a statewide organization for all types of professional communicators. So, you know, it can be all walks, all different types of emphasis areas, internal comm. It can be people who are more writing. A lot of times we've had a lot more writers or freelance writers in the group. We've had designers, photographers, video people, anything and everything, people who are one-man bands at their companies doing all marketing efforts. And really, the statewide group, we're just trying to build up a little bit more. We've had some strong local districts. So we divided the state really essentially into 4 quadrants. So we have Grand Forks, Bismarck, Fargo, and Minot as kind of the 4 cities around the state that are really primarily leading the charge in each of those districts. So there's local groups that you can belong to and attend meetings at in person and or virtually, as well as the statewide things that we have going on. We try to do at least, like Sarah mentioned, 1 statewide virtual event a month. That would provide an educational opportunity to listen to a speaker, do a little networking with each other as well. And then NDPC, if not everyone's aware, is also we're a affiliate. I don't know if affiliate's the right word. I think it is, of the NFPW group. If anybody, half of you are probably familiar. I don't know if everybody is with NFPW. So it's stands for the National Federation of Press Women. It's not just women in the group, however, that's an old name that they just haven't changed, but really a group, again, not just press women, it's not just people in journalism, it's all types of communication, but our North Dakota chapter here is North Dakota Professional Communicators. So I'm really excited to see all of the new, well, all the old faces and the new faces. It's good to see a good mix of people and involvement. And I hope we have a great year coming up and some good conversation. I'm gonna put Jill and Brenda, I saw on the spot because they recently just joined, but we were just going around. We just finished up doing introductions. So Jill, if you don't mind, I'm going to have you just talk a little bit about your role. Like you can explain where you work as well, where you live and what you do with NDPC.
Okay, my name is Jill Schramm and I'm the Northwest District Director, which also means I'm the Minot Area Professional Communicators Director. I work full-time with the Minot Daily News. I'm the Associate Editor. I still do a lot of reporting. I do most of the government reporting and also a lot of the editing functions.
Awesome. Thanks, Jill. And Brenda, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Sorry, I am late and I have my camera off because I'm eating my lunch and multitasking here. So didn't think you wanted to see me chewing, but I'm Brenda Richmond and I am the Executive Director of Community Engagement and Public Relations for the Moorhead Area Public Schools.
Oh, great. Well, welcome. Thank you. Okay, well, I wanted to kind of have each of the district directors who are able to attend here go through what they're planning in their local area with their districts. And I know Sarah has to hop off soon, so I'm going to let her go first. If you want to give kind of an overview, Sarah, of what you guys are planning in Bismarck as far as programming, maybe what your goals are or what people can expect to see coming out of the Bismarck area for the upcoming year.
So we've done a little bit of planning for the upcoming year. As I mentioned, we're going to have a kickoff meeting on September 12th. In October, I don't have the official date yet. It's either going to be the 10th or the 17th. We're going to have the city of Mandan and Mandan High School social media class teacher did a collaboration over this past year for a couple months where the students got an opportunity to work with the local business community. And so we're gonna have a presentation on that in October. Our November topic is still a little bit up in the air. And in December, we are hosting the statewide virtual meeting and we're tentative to have a presentation on employee engagement. So we are working on plans, but sometimes, as I'm sure all of you guys are aware, things come together at the last minute. But like I said, I'm looking forward to getting folks together next week. And Ashton, you're welcome to bring a friend if you've got someone else you want to bring along to our activity and get to know some of our local members. And if there was anybody else I missed from our area, and we've got roughly 20-ish local members. I don't know if Tammy mentioned it or not. I think there's like somewhere around 120 statewide now. We used to be the third or the second largest group, but since Grand Forks has moved more to the statewide organization with their members, I think Andrea and company up in Grand Forks are beating us now, so that's okay. We can handle the competition. So, but yeah, we're looking forward to getting together on the 12th. And we're also, and I'll have more information hopefully next week. We're also planning on doing some collaboration with other communications groups in the area, having a networking event hopefully in October with them, just so that you can get to know other folks beyond just our group as well. So I will stop talking now. So
you mentioned the 12th a few times, but that has passed. So I'm assuming you mean the 19th?
The 19th.
Okay.
Sorry, I was in Fargo the last 2 days hanging out with retired teachers, and we have a board meeting next week. And so I don't know what day it is anymore, but yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, I keep saying the 12th, but yeah, it's actually September 19th at noon at Broadway Grill. And thank you, Tammy.
All right.
I will show up there next week, Tuesday, one way or the other.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sarah. Jill, would you like to go next and talk about what you guys are kind of brainstorming or hoping to accomplish for the upcoming year in the Minot area?
Okay, thank you. Our first meeting of our new session is September 21st, which is coming up pretty fast. We have Justin Anderson with the Minot Area Council of the Arts speaking to us about the promotion they do with the arts. They've started some new podcasting. So there's some things our members are interested in hearing from them about. And in October, on October 19th, that's our statewide virtual meeting. We're having a guest from Odney come and talk about Odney's merger with KK Bold, and also just to talk generally about the industry outlook. Then in November, on November 8th, we're having a panel discussion at Minot State University with some of the staff there to talk about artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. Then December, we're off. And we have some interest from some new people, so maybe we'll be growing a little bit this year.
Awesome. Thank you. Cole, do you want to talk a little bit about how your guys' brainstorm went and what you're hoping to do or bring into the Fargo-Moorhead area this year?
Absolutely. So just for context for the group, I'm very new to this, and I'm going to soon run out of days where I can use that excuse. But we had a great brainstorming session. I think the biggest challenge and opportunity ahead for us is revitalizing this local group. COVID absolutely killed us, and now we're looking to engage older membership, current membership, as well as bring in new membership. Youngest person at the meeting was 21 years old. Granted, it was my intern. However, we had a couple of brand new faces, I believe, and then people who were really, really involved prior to COVID. So we actually did an interactive activity where we had, big posters on the wall where we, of course, put up, hey, what people do you want to hear from and what topics do you want to hear from? We generated a ton of ideas. Tammy, I'll actually send you those notes, get your thoughts on it. I haven't responded to your email yet. But we also focused on two other things regarding how we can further grow the local group. One is the very nature of the programming we're doing. The lunch and learns seem to have worked in the past. We are going to continue to do that. We've got a couple of coffee and lunches set up for some potential speakers in the next week or so, and then we'll nail our October speaker down, and so stay tuned. But then also, what can we do for membership? How do we grow that as far as communicating with people we know, expanding our network, keeping that communication going beyond just, well, if you're a member, you'll get the emails when an event is coming up, but how do we continue that networking, that collaboration, the outreach, and potentially mentorship? That is something we talked about greatly at the meeting. And going back to programming, we discussed a book club, learning how to work between the government, nonprofit, and then the private sector as well. How do we all come together and share these common themes? We also discussed kind of an elephant in the room, AdFed North Dakota. It's very active in Fargo, and we want to be able to define our niche a little bit more. Like Tammy said, this group is open for all sorts of communicators, not necessarily just marketers. And although we welcome all marketers, we really want to focus on the individual contributors who may not have a seat at the table at AdFed, like some of the larger agencies in town, and people who are truly independent creators who can, whatever that style of communication is, to have a place they can call home with NDPC in the Fargo-Moorhead area. So I'm going to put my contact information in the chat here. If anyone local or anyone statewide wants to ever connect, just call, email, or connect with me on LinkedIn. I wrote down all your names, so you might see a request from me if you're on that social media site. And again, stay tuned. We're going to have a really exciting October speaker with our Lunch and Learn over at the Holiday Inn.
Awesome. Thank you, Cole. We're excited. It's been a while since the Fargo-Moorhead area has had some good in-person stuff, aside from the national conference, which we hosted gosh, well, that's been almost a year and a half ago now. It seems like that was not that long ago, but yeah, we're really excited to have Cole helping kind of recharge the Fargo-Moorhead area with NDPC. So thank you. Andrea, do you want to talk a little bit about what's coming up in Grand Forks?
Sure. We are kicking off our seasons Tuesday, September 19th at Half Brothers Brewery. And we're going to have a speaker, Mark's boss, actually. Keith Lund, the CEO and president of the Grand Forks Economic Development Corporation, will be speaking about, kind of just lessons in leadership. And it's kind of nice because Half Brothers has like a basement, and so we can take over the whole basement, and it's got a little stage in it. It's normally for bands and stuff. And so it's kind of just set up really great for something like this. So really hoping to reach out to a lot of people. And of course, the students are back at UND, so maybe we'll capture some of that audience as well. And then I believe it's in November that we are putting together a panel on AI. Just, Jill, same thing. I mean, it's really important to talk about it and the role it plays in marketing and communication. So we're just putting together a panel on that. And then similar to Cole, we talked about kind of having a book club, like selecting a book, asking our members to read it, and then coming together and discussing some of the concepts of it, debating it, whatever it happens to be. So those are some of the ideas that we have to finish off the year. And then usually in December, we kind of have our holiday party, and we use that as a way to brainstorm for the following year. So we just bring everybody together without a speaker, but some fun different ways that we can brainstorm topics, speakers, anything else that people want to do differently or try new things. So that's kind of what we have on the agenda.
Awesome. It was exciting to hear everything coming up. So I'm excited for the year. Thank you to everyone who has stepped up into some of these leadership roles and is helping kind of take charge and plan all of this. It is greatly appreciated. So, all right. Well, I just wanted to touch on a few other types of things that we typically do from year to year with NDPC. One of them being a college scholarship program. It has not happened for the last, I think, 2 years actually now. So we definitely want to get the word spread that we are granting some scholarships for college students going into the communications field. So we're hoping to do that. We have to double check the calendar to see what the deadlines will be, but we were looking at potentially a deadline sometime in later October for that program. But it's been a struggle to get the word out there, and we haven't had a lot of college members for NDPC. So if you guys have some good contacts, we've worked a little bit with the university system in the past and reached out to, the different communication departments at the different North Dakota colleges and universities. But if you have any other ideas or know of any specific like advisors to clubs at the colleges or things like that, that maybe would be a better contact for us, please let me know. I'd appreciate the help to try to promote that a little bit more so we can get, because we do have a bit of money. We have some memorial funds that were designated also that we can use for some of these scholarships. So we'd like to help out some of the students and get them excited about going into the communications field. So more to come on that, but please, again, if you know of any good contacts that could help us spread the word to some of the students, that would be greatly appreciated. So also, we do host annually a communications contest. And this typically, it goes in conjunction with the National Association. So the National Federation of Press Women hosts a national contest. So what typically happens is October 1st, registrations will open, or not registrations, the contest opens for entries. So you can enter your work into multiple categories. We will be sending out communications here soon about that, but there are a huge variety of categories that you can enter your work in. So it can be anything from writing projects, it can be video, design, again, just how we talked about how we really are encompassing all aspects of communication. The contest is the same thing and reflects the same type of work. So it is quite a large variety of areas that you can enter your work in. It's a great way. It's very inexpensive to enter the contest. And it's a great way to get feedback from your peers and other communication professionals on your work. And then any first place entries from the statewide contest will then advance to the national contest. So, and we pay those entry fees for you as well. So that's kind of exciting. So then you get to move on to the national contest and get awarded there as well. So keep your eye out for more information on that. And then another typical programming thing that we have done as a group is a spring conference. Now it's been a few years since we've done that. It halted a bit with COVID. And then we had a national conference with the NFPW group that was hosted in Fargo I don't know what year that was, 2021. 22, I don't know. Sorry, it's all a blur to me. I can't keep track of dates anymore. But anyway, so we kind of halted on our statewide spring conference. And that's always been a great opportunity to really just network with each other in person, bring the whole statewide group together. It's great that we can do these virtual meetings like this and have virtual programming monthly for the NDPC group, but it's really fun to get together in person. We've done a couple-day conference in the past. Sometimes we've done just a one-day thing, and we try to rotate around to each of the different districts as far as who's hosting it, so that we can move around the state so that it's not always in the same place each year too. So this will be discussed a little bit more with our board, but we have had a planning committee with all types of NDPC members. You don't have to be a board member to help out with that. So if you like the idea of doing a conference in the spring that brings people together face to face, we'd love to have you help on a planning committee. That can involve everything from planning food to planning a speaker to helping gather sponsorships for the conference, all types of things like that. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, please reach out to me. We will be looking for people to help pull that together. I think those are kind of the main points I wanted to cover today. I was hoping to maybe get a little bit more from you guys too about anything specific that you are hoping to get out of the group this year. Maybe some of you that are new faces, if there's any sort of things you really want to learn about or would like to see NDPC do in the upcoming year, I'd love to hear from you. I don't know if anyone's gonna volunteer to unmute and speak up to that, but Any comments, any things that we've done in the past that you really love that you don't want to see us get rid of, or that you want to see us continue doing too, either way? Tara, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. I was going to ask you about your opinion of the conference, because I think that's how you kind of first got involved in NDPC, was you had heard about the conference and you came to that a while back and then started joining some of these meetings. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I was trying to think of the first, like how I got into it, but I definitely do enjoy the conferences. It's just such good information, kind of all in one event type of thing. So yeah, those are really good.
Awesome.
I was going to jump in and say I really appreciate even just this opportunity, just to even know there are other marketing professionals, or just have the connection of people. Like whenever I have a question or a thought, or I'm trying to do stuff. Again, like I said, as you already alluded to, you're often just one person doing marketing in your office without a full staff of people sometimes. And so it's really nice just to talk to other people who kind of speak the language, or even just to have that network of people to rely on, I think is really helpful. Again, Andrea has already been a really great help to me. I've relied on her and her team quite a bit for any of that other support, but having more perspectives, more connections to really be able to throw things off of, or even just talk about different things that are happening in the industry. Obviously you already mentioned ChatGPT, that's really huge. There's a lot of things, or I subscribe to a lot of marketing newsletters, and so that's been huge in all of them, of how to integrate or what to use. And I'd love to just talk to people about their perspective on that, right? And how they feel about utilizing it or not utilizing it. Or I think it's a tool, but every tool needs to be used in a particular way, and so you need to maybe do some of those things. But just being able to provide that space to network with other people that are also in our part of the country, I think is super important. A lot of the newsletters that I subscribe to are from a coast or from very highly densely populated areas, and so they don't necessarily have an agriculture type of market, or they don't have all the same type of language of the people that they work with. So I think having a network is really helpful. I'm very, very new to the organization. I didn't say that earlier, but I think I just joined in January, and so this is really my first thing that I've ever actually attended. And so I think even just like a Cole through his information in the chat, and so being able to reach out to someone like that, or being connected in that way, is really helpful.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. Anyone else have any specific thoughts or things you'd really like to see us do this year? How about Amy or Tracy, as board members? Do you guys have any other thoughts or things you think would be important to share, or things that I may have missed? Or anything with membership, Tracy, that you know of with coming up? Or I don't know if you've talked with Pam and looked at like dates and timelines for renewals and that kind of thing yet. Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Technology. We did go over training on the system and talking about renewals, and if people renew at the end of the year, what that means. I think, like a lot of people have said, it's really just getting people back together post-COVID, showing people that this is a fun organization where people can really have good connections in addition to learning things. I think that really will be the key, just making people want to be part of the things that we're doing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off of that, just kind of getting that almost rebranding out of where we're at. But I think that we, everybody is kind of touching on that, and Cole is very into that, and getting sure that the Southwest region is more heavily involved in the community. But statewide, I think you guys have done really great jobs across the state, getting all of those opportunities and sharing them with the Southwest district. So I think that's great. So I have no other comments about it.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't have anything else. Feel free to stay on and chat a little bit more. I know it's a little more awkward to network virtually here, but if anyone wants to stay on and talk or share more, please feel free. Otherwise, if you guys need to grab your lunch quick before your next meeting or whatever you have next on your agenda for the day, feel free to exit the meeting. And I thank you all so much for joining, and please just keep an eye on your email. We'll be sending out more information on upcoming meetings, events, committees, different things like that coming up soon. So thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great week.